research team in the Mars base glanced at each other, uneasy. The dust storm had been raging for hours, a relentless crimson fury that battered the facility with deafening force. But it wasn't the storm itself that had everyone on edge. It was the strange, almost human-like sounds carried on the wind. "I'm telling you, I heard someone calling my name," Karen insisted, her eyes wide, darting toward the sealed window. "You're just tired," Commander Reynolds said, trying to keep his voice steady. "We've all been cooped up in here too long." But Karen wasn't convinced, and neither were the others. The storm outside wasn't like any they'd encountered before. It felt alive. As the hours dragged on, the team tried to distract themselves, but the tension was palpable. The storm seemed to grow louder, the whispers more distinct. Each member began to hear things, voices, laughter, even screams, all calling to them personally. "Reynolds," a voice hissed in the commander's ear. He spun around, but no one was there. "Karen, come outside," another voice coaxed from the window, soft and alluring. The hallucinations became more vivid. Dr. Samuel swore he saw his long-dead wife standing in the corner of the room, her eyes pleading. Engineer Martinez couldn't stop scratching at his arms, convinced they were covered in crawling insects. "Something's not right," Reynolds finally admitted, his voice trembling. "This storm, it's doing something to us." Karen nodded, her face pale. "It's not just a storm. It's alive. It knows us. It's feeding on our fears." They scrambled to review the data, searching for an explanation. That's when they found it. Ancient Martian symbols buried beneath the surface, uncovered by the storm. They dismissed them as mere geological anomalies, but now it was clear. The symbols were warnings. "This storm isn't natural," Karen whispered. "It's a defense mechanism, created by an ancient Martian civilization." "But why?" Martinez asked, his voice shaking. "To protect something or someone," Karen replied, the realization dawning on her. "And it won't stop until it breaks us." As the storm raged on, the team's sanity began to unravel. They saw their worst fears come to life, their deepest regrets replayed in vivid detail. One by one, they succumbed to the storm's power, their minds consumed by the relentless barrage of terror. Karen was the last to fall. As she stared into the swirling red chaos outside, she understood. The storm wasn't just protecting the ancient civilization, it was preserving it. By absorbing the fears of those who dared to disturb it, the storm kept the memory of Mars' once great people alive. In her final moments of clarity, Karen whispered a silent apology to the ancient Martians. Then, she too was lost, her mind swallowed by the crimson storm. When the storm finally subsided, all that remained of the research team was an eerie silence. The base was intact, but the people were gone, lost to the sands of Mars, their fears now part of the storm's eternal legacy.